Can I talk?
Hello. Hello everyone and welcome. Welcome right now to whatever that we're gonna do. This is Coma. Coma is my very dear friend and lifesaver right there. This is Void from Coma. One of my best friends in the whole goddamn world, and I'm really happy to have him again because it is happening again. For those who knows. And we would like to speak about this new album, which has a title that I do not want to speak because it is a bit too deep. And we can actually start by that. Once again, the questions that I'm going to ask cannot be answered because of whatever reasons. Because for those who do not know, Coma is a band that is, I don't think we can put it in one style. Coma mixes a ton of different influences and a lot of different styles in just one album. We could say, correct me if I'm wrong, that this new album is pretty much divided in two different parts.
Yep.
The first part being definitely more extreme industrial metal, and the other one being a bit more emotional, ambient, pretty much hip hoppy. Let's just
And
put
that's
it this
by
way.
that's by the way, that's by the way why there's a north and an east coordinate. Like north is heavy, east is emotional.
So about that, I would like to know why these coordinates.
Oh, long story short, it's a place like 5 minutes from my apartment. And years ago, a very good friend of mine killed himself there. And I wanted to combine old school Coma sounds with new school Coma sounds. So I was like, let's go back to the roots, why everything started. Let's go back to this.
What are the roots of Coma?
Well, back in the day, I started making music because of my health. I needed a different output than just drumming because I couldn't drum, as many of you know by now. And at the same time, people were dying left and right around me. Like I lost many friends, and I was like, okay, I will just be the voice of them as well as mine. So here we go.
Excellent. In music style, what was like the very original idea that you wanted to do with Coma?
Well, I always said fuck genres, like just do what the song wants from you, like style wise. But at the very beginning, it was very much more electronics, more programmed beats, more experimental, and it progressed, of course, with black metal and stuff, and it progressed over time to black metal with experimental industrial electronic influences, and then ambient came into the mix, and everything just evolved.
So you don't actually believe that there will be, like a specific style for Coma that will, let's say, never change.
Well, we will always be rooted in black metal, but as far as I'm concerned, black metal is more a feeling than a genre. So it's it's difficult to say.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, for instance, like if you, for those who know, like for instance, like take the Swedish band Abruptum, it's definitely not black metal in the sense of, the music because it's more experimental, doomy, shit tons of reverb and ambient and noise. But to
Uh,
me, that is definitely black metal,
yeah.
right? So yeah, because definitely like anchored, like you said, in some kind of that feeling. So yes, definitely. I must admit that first, as a fellow band member, that I'm really happy to be in the band. We
Pleasure is
have
mine.
welcome. we have this thing that it is mostly, I don't know, like black metal. I Apart, like you said, from the feeling, I would say that this is definitely something which is a bit more unique. As in, when people talk about industrial black metal, I don't sense Coma. Coma is harsher. At the same time, when people speak about power violence, I don't sense Coma too. It's also completely different. Coma has, to me, something which is pretty much unique with the mixing of, well, these industrial beats, the emotional harshness, and of course, at the same time, this sometimes completely broken down piano melody that just comes and it's just piano and nothing else. Sometimes piano and screams, sometimes things like that. I would say, in my own opinion, Coma has always been the root of Coma is pretty much of a primal, but not so primal, emotional, uh,
Yeah.
insane catharsis. And I would say that
Yeah.
this is maybe the red line of everything. Wouldn't you agree?
I agree. I definitely agree. It's all about catharsis. It's all about working through emotions. And there was a review on Bandcamp that pretty much nails everything, in my opinion. There was someone who wrote, "This band started out weird. It just got weirder and keeps on getting weirder. Let's hope the next release will be even more weird." And I'm like, yeah, yeah,
Well, this is pretty much what we're doing in a way. So,
yeah.
yes. It is actually weird because, by the way, hello to everyone who is actually here right now. Really happy to see
Hi,
you guys.
Coma.
If you guys have any questions, anything, we are here. Definitely. We can answer anything. Rainer, Void is there. I'm here. Like anything you need, you can just go and talk. I'm gonna broadcast a couple of songs too, chosen songs, so you can see what we're talking about this new album. And by the way, I want to speak about the album title. I want to shorten it. How can we shorten that album name? How can we call this album without
Let
talking about that?
let's just keep it like we talk about it internally in the band, like that place,
That place.
that place.
I like that very much. So that album called, well, let's say that place. How how did it start for you? Because as much as people can actually believe that I'm doing everything in this band, this is so not the case. So, and I really want to pretty much stress out that I'm not the originator of all ideas in this band. So I want to know, how did the album start for you?
Well, that's a funny story actually. Like when I'm starting to write and compose stuff for an album, the first thing that always happens is the theme, the feeling, and also like the state of mind I'm in at the moment. So I remember last year, sometime I wrote a synthesizer intro and I sent it to you, and I was like, this could be usable. And then you put your rap parts over it, and it just exploded.
True.
And that was the beginning point of the serious writing sessions, I would say, because that pretty much set the tone for everything that followed afterwards.
Which is fun because, if we really have, just to put it this way, it started pretty much, with this like piano slash hip hop part, and we ended up with
Yeah,
an album that is insanely violent.
yeah. That people underestimate hip hop and rap in general. I think like if it's done right, it can deliver so much emotion and it can lead to so many unexpected changes in the
Yeah.
sound. So
I
I
believe, like, because I'm deeply rooted in hip hop and in the whole culture of hip hop, for those who do not know, like, hip hop is not a music style. Hip hop is a culture that contains the actual rap, which is rhythm and poetry. It also contains the tagging, and it contains the dancing too, like break dancing and all these things that actually happened in the 80s. If you actually want to know, pretty much honest, like the Wikipedia page is really talking really good shit about it. And there was, a bit of it, like there was always, there will always be a difference between, scenes and countries and where, hip hop comes from and what it means. But the thing that we can always see that has always been there is pretty much like a journalism, like a, let's say, a censorless kind of a journalism of the streets and what's happening. So a very, very, very social subjects. And what was happening to me
Yeah.
when I was a child, for instance, is
And,
that I
si-
was
and since Coma,
sorry, go.
no, no, you go.
All right. It's just that like when I was younger, I was pretty much divided in the two scenes, which is the American scene. I must admit I was a pretty much more West Coast than the East Coast. So I was pretty much more into NWA and whatever happened afterwards with Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, um, and the people actually right there. More than actually what was happening in the East Coast, with Nas, Puff Daddy, and whatever was happening there. Even though Nas is amazing, Biggie he is amazing, so there's no way, just to remove that. I think it was just a question of taste, or just that I was still, maybe too young. But what was happening in France, and of course in Belgium, is that the French speaking hip hop started really to get so much on my face as that I was actually living what these guys were actually speaking about. And then I'm actually talking about this journalism. And we've seen, hip hop evolving into something which I'm not really a big fan of, like money, bling bling, and bitches. But there is always, a sense of that I want to speak about my own issues, the struggles and everything. And I've always been close to the deep sense of rhythm and poetry, which is exactly, the main sense of rap. And going through it, I always thought to myself, this is maybe one of the best way to express oneself because the text is as important as anything else. Because we could scream, so many things and have tons of fucking layers of screamings and shit. And it could be fantastic, of course. Now, if you really want like to express something that means a ton to you, it's not screamings that are going to do that. Screaming is just going to be an emotion. If you want people to understand you, the lyrics have to be important. You need to pronounce them right and a ton of things. And I do believe that this is exactly what we're talking about with Coma 2, because the implication of hip hop that pretty much started since the triple album. Let's put it this way.
Yeah.
You know, so
But
never
funny
forget.
thing, funny thing you mentioned this because that's also the reason why there are so many clean vocal parts in this album. Because sometimes screaming is not enough.
Mm. It's a question. I think that's horrible paradox of what is the most emotional thing ever. Is it like the heaviest song in the world or just the piano and vocals? You don't know. It's a question of feeling, and at the moment when the artists are doing it, and as well, as the people will be listening to it. I think like this is actually something which is also pretty amazing and annoying too, because if you want like to spread one emotion, the interpretation of someone else can be completely different because of the person's actual feelings or whatever.
Yeah.
Despite that, I actually like it. I like it because anyone can actually understand when we put some vocals and say a specific phrase, that phrase can be interpreted into 1,000 of different other phrases and
Yeah.
meaning, and I love that.
Yeah.
I say a lot of things, right?
No, but I completely agree. I completely agree. There's nothing more to add, actually.
Well, then I'm really happy about that. Let's actually put a song. Tell me,
Okay.
tell me which one you would choose first.
As a starter, I really would go with Meh.
Yeah. By the way, why? Please explain that fucking title. Let me. I need to show people. So you guys can see here. This is the Bandcamp page, and you can see that the song 4 is the emoticon, I don't know. Like, it's the emoticon like of the smiley, which is like completely neutral.
Yeah.
And please explain why we call this internally meh, and why we wanted this to be the song title.
Well, actually, like when I had this song in my mind, I was like, I want to express a certain feeling. rather than a message. And I was like, what's better than to express a feeling and an emotion nowadays than with an emoticon?
You're going millennial up in this bitch, right?
Yeah.
All right. So let us go with this song called Meh. And we are getting back to, well, us. So that song was meh. And I don't mean like how I feel it because I really, 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 really like that song, motherfuckers. I mean, this
Me
is.
too. Me too.
Oh, Jesus Christ. By the way, just, I know I don't like private jokes much, but this is for my Polish mate right there. I mean, just, this is exactly the shit that I'm drinking right now. So this is a, I don't know, like a honey beer that actually comes from Poland. And honestly, it's my new drug. I have issues. Yes, exactly. And this is really good. So
Cheers.
cheers to everyone. And y'all be well.
Austrian Bütche iced tea.
The best. Yeah, we don't have bottles. Like, we just have the can shit. Well, I would like it in a bottle, actually. With a bottle, it's actually way better anyway. So, Dankeschön. So, question, my friend, because I'm seeing that you have a life-loving t-shirt.
Yeah.
So, I want to know, completely aside from Coma, completely aside from it, what are your main influences? I want to say in music. So let's just say in music.
Music. Okay.
Yes. It's a bad question. I know it.
Well, of course, Life Lover, because the first single I made with Coma was for the tribute album for B. And then Gorillaz, Nine Inch Nails, Nails. In general, I really like Amun-Ra, Cult of Luna, old Slipknot, influences. That's the harsh question. Uh, Generally everything. I even like jazz and stuff and classic music. So whatever fits the mood.
But like for instance, like, because like I have like different moods as well myself, you know, like there are musics that I want to listen when I want to chill because, well, as music is my job, sometimes it could be a bit annoying that I do not have time to listen to new music. Most of the time I would just go back to pretty much influences, things that really, you know, just touch me a fuck ton, you know. Can it be, I don't know, Mayhem, Emperor? Can it be Pink Floyd? And this kind, you know, very, very much varied music. But I've discovered myself that I like to listen to music where I actually don't give a shit like who is the artist, which is not good.
Yeah.
You know, like putting on I'm gonna say like a radio of one style. Like for instance, like I listen a lot to this chill pop thingy.
I listen a lot to the lo-fi pop radio on YouTube, actually.
Same like the girl, the drawing girl.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Like most of the time, either, you know, I actually have a small collection of Japanese boom bap, pretty much, that I really listen to a lot. And at the same time, I would just put that radio. That would be, you know, like my two things that I just put when either, you know, when I really need to chill the fuck out, or when I'm talking to people and I just need that, you know, background music or something like that.
Or the Ghosts album from Nine Inch Nails, actually.
Never listened to these ones.
It's an album of 1 hour something, pure ambient, just ambient.
Oh. What is your take on what's the name of that act? Aphex Twin.
I like one song.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I find like the whole EDM stuff a bit too hectic for my taste, actually.
How about Venetian Snares?
Not my type.
Yeah.
But when it comes to this kind of music, I'm a fan of, well, Igor, the old stuff.
That is definitely something that I can just stand by. Hallelujah is always like my favorite album of 2012.
Yeah, same. That's the masterpiece. He
It is.
really outdid himself. Yeah.
Yeah, and these two fucking singers, man. Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh, Lauren is fucking amazing.
To me, it's like she's pretty much like one of the best singer in the whole fucking world, and it is my pride to work with her on her next album.
Yeah.
So yeah, and Laurent is as well like one of these. You know, like you listen to anything that he's doing vocally wise, and like, how the fuck did he do that shit? It's
He's the
insane.
He's the Mike Patton of extreme music.
He fucking nailed that shit. Indeed. In
Oh,
fucking
and
deed.
Darren Gray. How could I forget Darren Gray?
Speaking about Deering Gray, like how about like some other Japanese bands?
Well, yeah, of course, Mook, for example,
Mm-hmm.
Desperate Ray,
Gazette?
Desperate Ray.
No, I mean Gazette.
Ah, guys, not that much.
And how about no like Moi dis Moi?
Yes, of course, saw them live.
Oh, how was it?
It was amazing. Thankfully, it was one of the concerts where Kay was still alive.
Mm.
And they played in Munich, and it was just fantastic. Like they played Deus Ex Machina, and I was melting. It was just fantastic.
I bet. Okay, one thing, you know, because we're still talking about this. If you could, you know, revive bands or people or whatever, what will be the band that you want to see? If you have three, put three, but what would be the band that you would love to see?
Dead ones or alive ones?
Whatever.
I really want to see Churches.
Churches.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Cure
Mm-hmm.
and Cult of Luna.
Okay, so no dead ones. Nice.
Well,
Because
Joy Division would have been nice, but I think it would have also been boring.
I didn't say it. No, I could agree. I could agree. For me, I think it would have been definitely Pink Floyd. Definitely, you know, Pink Floyd. Like Wish You Were Here. Oh, Maximum the Hormone, like says Arthur.
Oh yeah,
Maximum,
oh yeah.
Maximum the fucking Hormone.
Yeah,
Indeed.
Maximum the Hormone.
Yeah, that band is fucked. So good.
Yeah, in the best way possible.
Yeah, indeed. Like they're taking, you know, like everything that, for instance, like I don't know. I want to say like System of a Down, but that would just be too like narrowing a bit too much of what the band is doing. But they're Japanizing it, and like which is like they're taking it and then making it like 1,000 times better and more fucked up. It's insane.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Insane, man. Queen.
Those bass lines.
Oh yeah, yeah. By the way, Queen. Queen would have been a band that I would have loved to see, for instance. Like Freddie Mercury is unfucking touchable.
Yeah,
Like for
absolutely.
sure. Like not fucking touchable. And well, yeah, you know, like maybe because you know my black metal roots really want to speak about it, but I would have liked to see Mayhem with Dead
Boy,
on
yeah.
vocals.
That was something.
But the thing is that you know, like vocally wise, I don't believe that Dead was so amazing. Like if you just want to just put the vocal like techniques and all of that, but holy shit, the feelings.
That's the point when it comes to that. Like you really don't need all the technique in the world to have the best emotion being transported. He just lived up, unintended, what he wanted.
Well, at the same time, you know, like that's a lot of things that a lot of DSBM bands are talking about and they don't do shit about it. I'm like, okay, talk about suicide all the fucking time. I mean, why you still alive, bitch?
Yep.
I mean, I don't want to be, you know, like so edgy about it, but I do believe that this is one of the main problems when the DSBM scene started to really rise a bit too much because like, everyone that had a small PC in a bedroom, whatever things that they could do music with, they all believed that it was hype to be depressed when actually it was much more like of an insult of people who actually had
Yeah.
the actual mental problems and illnesses.
I also think like when it comes to DSPM, it's like kind of biased and maybe a polarizing topic.
Mm-hmm.
But I think many bands they mean well but get too whiny,
Mm-hmm.
and the other ones they're getting too self-destructive. I mean, even if that's a part of the genre as well. But I think many of them don't get the point, really, actually, without wanting to sound arrogant. But
No, you don't. I do believe to me it's healing music.
yeah,
And it should
exactly.
be healing music.
It's a therapy.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much like how I used it, and now sometimes I would be using it, but I don't call my music DSBM because Depressive, maybe. Suicidal, definitely not. Black metal, definitely not. There's no fucking blast beats or whatever there, and I don't feel the feeling that we talked about that black metal. It doesn't feel that way. It's just me being emotional, and in that case, Coma is DSBM, but no, it is not. You know. And by the way, sorry,
Schrödinger's DSBM.
sorry, what?
Schrödinger's DSBM.
Jeez. And to answer my Arthur friends, Imber Dominis would happen live, you know. It's just that we still haven't had the time like to just catch all the band together and just do some shit since fucking COVID happened, because we are all separated, and it's very, very difficult, unfortunately. But I wish one day, you know, we could be able to just catch each other, make an album, and actually go back and do a couple of lives. That's something that I really, really, really aim for one time. But we will see. We will see anyway. My friend, how about another song? Tell me which one you want to take.
Oh, well, how about my favorite one from the album?
Which is?
Ashes 2.
Ashes 2. Please explain why Ashes 2.
I think it's like the high point of the album.
Mm-hmm.
And there's so much going on musically wise, but speaking of lyrics and stuff, there are so many references to albums of 2014 and 2016. It almost feels like it's completing a journey that started.
Do you believe that this is the apogea of the album? Like the climax of it?
Exactly. I didn't want to say climax, but yeah.
Got it. So, let's just put it this. Next song is called Ashes 2. I just need to find it and just put it because I'm very slow. But here we go. All right, we're back here, and we pretty much have to talk about the lineup of this band, my friend.
Oh yeah.
Because we were not alone. X-Files.
Nah. We were joined actually by Fukuro, our new second female vocalist, which she also did an amazing job on Never Forgives Violent Heart Decay.
True.
And she decided to join full time. And it keeps on growing. It keeps on growing because, you know, the next album is already, well, the next album is already being prepared and stuff. And we're growing. We have a live drummer, which I really, really, really appreciate. It's Arno. And our old spoken word artist Morlin is joining again for the next album. She left the band after Phantomschmerz. So yeah, that's us.
And speaking about like that fantastic drummer, because I need to speak about him, he plays in bands that I'm involved with. He played in Cult of Erinis, which is my black metal band here from Belgium. He's also the drummer of Imber Luminis live, actually. And he plays in Sabathan, which is the pretty much like a tribute to the old enthroned period where Sabathan was actually singing. And Arno is pretty much a beast.
He is. Like, I remember, like, we had our first concert together in October in Switzerland. And even though the concert was chaotic as fuck and nothing worked as planned, he even nailed Breeder live.
In case Breeder is a very, very, very fast song.
I think 320 BPM.
Arno is a beast. Like, we have nothing to do. He's just completely insane.
So I'd say we have a perfect lineup by now. I mean, we're missing live guitarists and shit, but who cares? Whatever happens, happens.
Well, if it's not chaos, it's not worth it.
Exactly.
I mean, I always say this to a lot of people, you know, if you have no mistake in a live like session or whatever that is happening there, I don't think it's something good is going to happen out of it.
Yeah.
It's through problems that we grow, I would believe. So
yeah, I wouldn't say that about Switzerland, but yes.
Which is fun because I actually had to be there, but I got sick. And this was shit. And by the way, that new comment can fuck off sideways because fuck that. I don't give a shit. So, let's pass that. I want to speak about the ways that why do you need, because I do believe it's a need, and maybe you could correct me. Why do you need as well to have some more ambient moments in your albums?
Well, as much as I am pretty much angry very often.
No shit.
I am also very tired and depressed and sick of shit sometimes. And I think it's in the ambient things that where these kinds of emotions shine out, because ambient is perfect for expressing like more mellow feelings. And for example, like the beginning of Bridges Burned Part 2, you wouldn't be able to express this with something different than ambient, actually.
Like we said, actually, you know, we can have emotions being really, really, really perfect when they are into some very harsh music and superbly screamed, and then when they are just singing on minimalistic music.
But then on the other hand, Bridges Burned 2 is a very special song in many aspects, actually.
Tell us about it.
Because I remember, like, when I wrote this, I was like, I am not sure this is gonna be a song that expresses enough. And then you laid down your vocals for the chorus with the lyrics that you wrote, and I was like, this is fantastic. This pushes the emotion of the intro into a completely new level with a completely different point of view. And there was the point where I was like, this is gonna work. This is gonna be fantastic. And I think it's the emotional high point as well again on the album, because there is so much sarcastic and outrospective as well as introspective emotions going on. This is just fucking mind blowing.
I'm happy that you appreciate, you know, the job that I've done. At the same time, I mean, how can I be like not, let's say, influenced, you know, by the music that you're writing, you know? I mean,
Coma is a vehicle of catharsis. Always has been, always will be, and I'm glad that the others in the band can feel it as well.
you know, like when I went when for people who do not know, I actually got into the band after Phantomschmerz because through a friend that we have in common, um, Void actually contacted me to produce the double album Phantomschmerz, which I did. And I was very, it was my, let's say, the start of whatever that I'm doing right now. Like right now, you know, I have this place, I have this studio, but back then it wasn't the case. I was doing everything with what I knew, what I still know, but you know, it was way much more limited, didn't have the gear, the skills, and all of that. But I really wanted to do something with this music because it was really great, like honestly. And the thing is, I decided to extend a part on the song actually called Phantomschmerz because to me it needed some power, some emotional power. And I actually spoke to Void and told him like, I do these vocals? Normally that's the thing that I would never do right now because, well, I can't just do that and just, you know, put myself into another band. It's just not possible. That's not, it cannot be, that's not professional. And in the end, I'm like, maybe because of that innocence that I had back then, I'm like, fuck that shit. I'm just gonna ask, and I think the rest is fucking history. I mean,
Yeah.
we both went so much into this fucking part, okay, and then that's over. Like I knew that something was happening, you know, right there when I've done that. I'm like, okay, that music is me for fuck's sake, and I haven't, you know, I didn't write that shit, but it meant so fucking much. And now, you know, with all the things that we've done, and especially, you know, the Never Heal, Never Forget, Never Forgive album, there's something that to me, when I do music for Coma, I have a mood, I have something that can be only used for Coma and for nothing else. And for instance, like on the latest song that we listened, you know, on Ashes 2, there's this almost brutal death metal kind of riffings that I never do in my other projects because they don't make sense. And here they do. And I love that. I love that because it really opens up so many more different things and themes. And as well with the fact that we can end up like with a song which is like a, once again, piano vocals and nothing else, and then it's just like full blasting shit all over it. And I do love that so very much. So I do believe that, of course, the next song that we're gonna put is definitely British Part 2, right?
Yeah.
All right. So I wanna just ask you a question about Bridges Part 2 again. I mean, of course, we talked about like what it means and all of that thing. That song being pretty long though, because it is, yeah, it's 8 minutes ish. I want to speak about like how it was done though.
Because burned?
Yes, of course. Sorry, Bridges Burn 2. Like how it was done, because of course, like
Yeah.
please explain.
Yeah. Oh,
Yes.
well. You mean recording wise or writing wise?
I mean both, because
Well, recording wise, we were just at your place and plugging in and getting into the mood and recording it like step by step by step by step, of course. Writing wise, like the intro vocals, I remember like being in your studio, they were completely improvised. I had some certain words in my head. I was like, let's just go freestyle on that. And it also turned out like something I would never normally do, actually. Well, then I came back to your studio and I heard like your chorus, and I was like, okay, now this is going somewhere. Then we tried out different vocal techniques. I used a new vocal technique, by the way, the pitch scream stuff, and like from a songwriting point of view, well, it speaks thematically from my point of view, from destroying connections you have with people. Like you build a bridge between two people, you burn it.
I
Hence
get
the
it.
name. And which is also a continuation of bridges from Phantom Schmerz, because there were the bridges like built and then bridges burned, it's like destroyed. Um, but at the same time, it also gets this very sarcastic fuck you, I am me, and I cannot thank you enough for giving me that fucking pain to realize who I am.
I don't have anything more to say because that's exactly what I was about to say.
Yeah, and this is just like it's actually, I in my opinion, it's an anthem of just empowering yourself, because fuck all of you.
Which is actually, you know, something that I really wanted to speak about too, because we have, how can I say this? We've lived already, you know, like for, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 different fucking life, at least, with everything, you know, that we might have suffered. And some of our sufferings might seem, you know, very small for people because, you know, some of them, you know, can handle that shit better. And it's not a question of comparison, but it's just a question of we suffer because of whatever things that we have in our heads, you know, that make us do that. And now, when I see, you know, the power that we can actually get out of that, because that's exactly what it is, you know, out of that, we are reaching a an age, because let's speak about it, you know, it's also a question of age. We are not as dumb as we were before, and at the same time we're still who we are, because everything that we have in our past makes us exactly who we are right fucking now. And instead of taking, you know, sufferings and victimizing ourselves through it and getting lost again into the fucking meanders of fucking narcissistic assholes and
Yeah,
the narcissistic perverts that are actually, you know, well, pretty much killing us because we are good souls despite everything. And that's pretty much what we speak about. It's like, okay, you know what? Yeah, like, thank you for destroying me so I could rebuild myself without you. And I think that this speaks so
amen to
much.
that.
Let's put this song, and I hope you guys are drowning into it, because honestly, I do believe it's also one of the best that we've done within this band, as far as my own opinion is.
And that intro kills me every time.
Alright, get ready to get killed, motherfucker.
So what am I but my shallow self? That the burning of my soul really did me well.
So last night the dream I had was I was at my place and I just came back from work, and I'm seeing one of my cats completely dead and mangled. There's blood everywhere, and one of them can't walk, still alive, and is bleeding from everywhere. And I had to be the one that goes, take her and just snap her neck, you know. What I remember is that noise of her neck cracking as she died, and that is just the one thing that I can feel and I can have every night. And it's just one simple, very, very simple scenario.
The fall is near. I can feel it, I can sense it. Like the blood that pumps when you wanna feel it. It lingers like a cancer when you make me your lover. I thought it'd all be greater, but all I got was sicker. It ain't simple to feel or to live the rumble. Was making samples of siren from my comfort zone. You pushed me to shit comfort, bed of depression. While you were the one singing that I made you alone. The bridges were burned, bitch. I ain't jumping now. I'm not even talking to them cause it's been a while. I know my core that wanted me to kill me slow. He's never take me saying, hey, I told you so. Time heals nothing and I'm above itself. I can feel shit now, I'm leaving to myself. So let it go, this is cold, let you fuck yourself. I ain't you no more, I'm me with no regret.
We are back, and once again, this song is really, really, really fucking intense, and I just fucking love it so goddamn much. Really, really happy about it and everything that we've done on this song, man.
Yeah. It's really amazing. I love it. Like, for example, how your clean vocals blend with my screams. Just,
To me, there's this part first, but it's also, like that new vocal technique that you were talking about, like the high pitched scream, but that at the same time has a note in it. It's so direct, It just hits like where it should, and it's fucking amazing. Really, really
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
You're more than welcome, my friend. Yeah, exactly. That shit just. It's so. This kind of music is just meant for the people who can understand it, and at the same time, not, because everyone can listen to it. Like, almost. Like, the people who can actually enjoy any kind, let's just say, of. I'm not gonna say depressing music, but like emotional music. They would just get it. They would just understand what we speak about, even if they don't understand shit. But when we do, it's just, yeah, triple slap in the face. So thank you for everyone who actually commented and liked that song. Thank you so much to all of you guys.
Much appreciated.
Yeah, means a fuck ton. So, we're gonna close this because, well, it's not that we do not have so many things to talk about, but it's just because we have to. So, what is the future for Coma?
Well, on Monday, like we have this EP series called Light, where it's just like ambient and very slow tempo and very mellow. And on Monday there's Light 2 coming out, which is the next evolution of the ambient concept. And I will start to work on Phantom Schmerz 2 during December.
Why? I want to ask, why Phantom Schmerz 2?
There are multiple reasons, actually. The biggest reason is I still think it's the best album we've ever did. And I think it's because of a certain mindset and a certain approach. So I wanted to redo this, like make a continuation of that feel, of that vibe and emotion.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, I wanted to address a few songs that I did back in the day and just like close them or make them finished. And it just feels like the right time and the right continuation to do that, actually. Also with Marlon back in the band and everything, it's a logical continuation. And we're planning to make 2 short movies for that as well, because we're planning to play at some art galleries next year, at the end of next year, where the entirety of Coma will be like this. I've always been like a fan of transmedial art. Like, we're gonna perform the album. There will be like Fukuro and Morlin will do some Buto-inspired performances as well, and we will project the short movies on the walls and shit like that, and just make a big happening, actually.
So it's
That's-
like a mixture of different medias, right?
Yeah, that's the plan. We will see if it works out, but it should be working out somehow.
I like such big plans, honestly. I think that's pretty much like the shit that I really
Because
like.
it's like, yeah, and it's like a one-time thing. It's not like something that can be reproduced. It's like, be there or not.
I wanted to ask as well about that, like, because most of the time, like right now, people actually believe and think, that it's always the same. Like you do a band, you do an album, and once the album is out, you do a tour and you do concerts and
Yeah.
concerts and concerts. We are definitely not into that.
Yeah.
And I think that you're gonna agree with me. But I'm pretty much the same. There are bands that are not meant to tour, and I do believe Coma is one of them.
Nah,
As
we will
in,
never tour. We will never tour.
I do believe that it's so. I mean, the music needs to, like you said, it needs to be not like a one shot, because it's not a question of one shot, but it's just like a one emotion thing. I
Yeah,
do believe that after a concert, we're going to be completely emotionally drained, and I think that we need
yeah,
time to recover. So we cannot do something. I'm not going to say that will be as good as, but it's just going to be totally different the wrong way,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because that's pretty much how it feels, for a lot of things. Like people, after I've done, that butterfly live, people are pretty much, and thank you for. I mean, I would like to thank them for that, but they were asking me like, how about you do the full Cruel Words album live, and I do not want to do it. If
Understandably so.
I could, but I do not want to do it right now, uh, because it might be too much. Remind us again regarding about your Bandcamp page once more. Definitely, here we go. This is the actual Bandcamp page of, well, the Coma page, and the link is, I'm going to copy paste it for you, so you can actually find it. And these, like here, you can actually see like the whole complete track listing. This is the link. If I can be bold, I would say that if you really want to try to know what Coma is, I would say that you should go to the album which is called Never Forgive, Never Forget, Never Heal. And then going to Phantomschmerz. Why? Rainy, stop me if I'm, fucking it up. But I do believe that I'm going to call this the triple album, okay? Because it's merely lean, like 3 times 40 minutes of material. There is a very, very harsh part, which is a way much more emotional part, and then a more ambient, doomy part, which is actually the one that you're hearing right now in the background. And I think that this will be the best way to actually get into what we do and how we do it. Because as we said before, we're talking about emotions, and we are pretty much drawing different emotions with these different styles. And I think that this is the best way to understand that the whole, I think, 30 or 40 minutes of harshness, which is then mixed up with a huge album. Like the Never Forgive part is like 2 songs of 20 minutes and an interlude of 5 minutes, and it's fucking harsh. It's harsh because when you listen to it, it sounds like fucking Disney music, and then it's not, and then it's harsh, and then there's hip hop, and then it sounds like Linkin Park, and then there's drone moments, and then there's this and that. It goes everywhere, and at the same time, and that's the thing that me as a producer I wanted to do, and that I still want to do with everything that I'm doing musically speaking, is that I want everything to flow perfectly. And so you have to understand that this is 3 times at least 40 minutes each album, and they all flow into one other like that. And so it might be long, but if you actually have the time, I do believe it's the perfect way to get into it. And once you get to that, and if you appreciate it, and I really hope you do, go to Phantomschmerz. Phantomschmerz is definitely a bit more rough in the terms of production and everything else. But it is, I'm not going to say that it's heavier in the emotional setting, but I think it is. I think it is. And once again, this is also the album that I didn't compose anything at all to. And you can see that what I do is just enhancing the mood of the band instead of being me there. Actually, Coma has become me more than the other way around, which is something that, once again, I'm 100% appreciating. That at least I could actually get into a band and being myself so much that you don't recognize myself, you recognize the band, the entity, and I really can only but appreciate that. And then I would say anything, because anything that we've done with Coma is fantastic. Like Agony Ofek, for instance, is also a very,
Yeah.
very different album. The Light.
Agony Hofek actually is a re-recording of the first album, Agony.
Speaking about that. Speaking about that. Phantom Schmidt's re-recording?
No.
Why?
Phantom Schmerz is something that should not be touched because it's perfect the way it is.
Thank you very much. It's exactly what I wanted to hear.
Yeah, Agony, back in the day, it was a nice effort from us, but none of us had any idea what the fuck we were doing. So, Agony Hoffek, the re-recording, was just a logical thing to do because the songs of Agony were actually pretty good. We were just really bad at doing it.
Well, I would like to choose the very last song that we're gonna put.
Yeah.
And I would like it to be not a complete song, if that's okay with you.
Of course.
I just would like to put Vortex. Either I'm putting just Vortex or I'm just putting the part just before it.
Yeah, put the part before Vortex.
All right.
Fucking song.
All right. So then we're gonna come back to you guys. So you're gonna have let's say the last part is pretty much like 1/3 of the song "Eye of the Storm" #2, and we're gonna let it go to Vortex.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm laughing that much, but
You will understand, I believe.
do it.
It's
Okay.
Coma, man.
Okay. Should I tell the story quickly or?
Bring it.
Okay, so Eye of the Storm 2. We had in the middle this very relaxing jazz part, which gets completely destroyed by negative lyrics, but it's a really nice jazz part. And I, by myself, I was thinking like, we cannot end like this. It has to go full circle to the heaviness again. So how we put in some dissonance and just beat everything fucking down, and Vortex happened.
And Vortex happened indeed. All right, let's show this to these people. I hope you guys are enjoying this, and here we go.
soul there again. Hello, happy my old friend. I know you came for me again.
And we are back. And yeah.
God. Oh my God. First of all, may I say something?
Yes.
Shout out, first of all, to Obi. He's the founding bassist of Coma. I founded the band with him back in 2012.
What's up, Obi?
And shout out to Benny. He was with us at Phantom Schmerz 2 for a while.
We pretty much have like almost like the old gang, you know? This is so cool.
Yeah.
Nice to see all of you guys in here. Means a fuck ton.
Nice to see you, Obi. Hope you're doing well.
And thank you for coming in here. All right. So unfortunately, you know, for the people who just came in, but we are going to be finished right now with everything that we've done. Sadly, I mean, I'm up to do shit, whatever. But I'm always up to do anything. But at the same time,
the same here. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, pretty much. So
I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't know what I'm doing. Speaking about it, we have a clip.
Yeah, on YouTube.
Bring it on.
It's out since 2 weeks.
And you should go with that. Like, the clip is fucked up amazing.
Also, the last one we did with our former drummer, actually. He's not with us anymore, but so in case you're wondering.
And we have Lumina Obscura, who is a fantastic director, photographer from Switzerland, who actually shot the whole video. And she's there. She's there. That's my girl. My girl right there. Like, the whole fucking gang is just right there.
Fucking gang.
Yeah.
Ah, nice.
So she's the one responsible of the clip, and Jesus Christ, you guys! I mean, it's fucking professional, amazing shit. Honestly, you need her. Go call her. I mean, she's good. Like, she's really so good. It's not even fun to say.
Yeah.
Actually. So, my dear friend, your non-existent tour manager.
Good luck with that.
Having a tour manager from Poland. Lovely.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Well,
video.
Well, unfortunately, I don't think that I can actually show you the video because unfortunately I haven't set my whole thing up for that. But I'm gonna give you the link because we can always have a link because that's actually something that we can do is having a link.
Yep.
So let me just YouTube that shit up.
No, Obi, no.
What?
No. No. It's Déhà's channel. I cannot get him banned.
People want to ban me?
No, no, like Obi was like, tell a dark joke, and I'm like, nope.
No, 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 please let me just exist here for a while longer.
We deserve non-existence.
Well, we can take, like jokes that can be, just like smallly funny and like nothing big.
Like my pee-pee.
And this is the example of a good joke. Here you go. This really fits. No, like like jokes like what is the name of that person who don't do shit but is always with the bands?
Bassist?
A bassist, indeed. Here you go.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah.
No, don't feel attacked. He made the bass line for Ghosting, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Obi, just a quick second. Maybe this is funny as well. Obi, you want to tell the story how we composed Ghosting?
Mm-hmm. Well, that I'm just gonna try to remember like a really stupid jokes. Yeah, okay. So this is a joke that truly I needed to go out of the room so I could stop crying and laughing so much. But that joke is no fun, and for a lot of people, it really is not fun. But to me, it was just perfect. So, Void,
Yeah.
do you know the story of the penguin that used to breathe from his anus?
Nope.
One day he sat down and he died.
Nope.
That's
What
just
the
it.
fuck?
I know. Yes.
What the fuck?
Oh God, no! This. Oh.
This is why is it always like ending like this? Like we're such depressive motherfuckers and shit and everything and blah and moody and black metal and then just like jokes.
We need jokes.
Oh,
Read it
oh.
aloud.
So I made Void really angry once. He was so angry he went to the shop and got instant noodles. Got home angry, ate angry, and composed the song angry. That's how we did Ghosting.
Instant noodles.
Like literally like for relation. I was on my way to the rehearsal space and I was with one foot in the bus. And that second he wrote me, I can't come to band practice today. And I'm like, motherfucker. Yeah.
It is understandable. With the wrong kind of noodles.
Yeah, exactly. They're really spicy ones.
Speaking about noodles.
Oh God.
Yes. Do you know do you know why Chinese people do not celebrate Christmas?
I don't know.
Because they're making the gifts.
Hi, Andy.
I need more jokes, but I'm out of this right now.
Oh God. The entire gang is here. What the fuck?
Exactly. Like everyone is there. Like we cannot stop this.
Vorarlberger gang, what up? 6800 in the chat, F.
Whatever, I don't know what, like hip hop in German, I do not know.
It's the postal code of fake it.
Oh, okay, got it.
I remember one time our guitarist told me, stop it, you will never make Feldkirch famous. And here I am now, making Feldkirch songs all the time.
Which is pretty true. I mean, you're doing a great job with that. I'm
Thank
gonna
you.
try to see. Yes, I have. I'm gonna try to see. Give me one small moment. Yeah. My dear Vøid.
Yes.
Which song from the triple LP would you choose to broadcast right now?
Right now,
Yeah.
Never Forgive.
Mm,
Or should we take a more mellow song? Coldness. Coldness is nice.
I mean, Coldness is nice. But I'm hesitating. Like, if we're just going like through the harsh shit, I'm hesitating between Breeder and Violent Heart Decay.
Oh, Reader would be nice. Well, Drown actually is the album. Obi is just talking about Drown. It's the album he was playing bass in.
Mm-hmm. But I do not have the drone things here, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I'm really, really sorry. Please do not ban me from my own channel. It would be cool.
But a Breeder would be nice, I think.
Breeder would be nice. So, for all the people who were actually asking about that, I actually can put Breeder from the Never Forgive, Never Forget, Never Heal album. And Jesus Christ, I always have difficulties to remember the titles of your albums, my friend. We should do something about Phantomschmerz is easy, and even though it's German word, you know.
Yeah.
And let's say hello to 54 meters of toilet paper, which is one of the best names that I've ever heard in my whole life, you know. And let's just go with Breeder from the Never Forgive album. And I hope you guys are gonna enjoy this. Please state your emotions in the chat room. What I do know is that we pretty much went really harsh on that album.
Oh god, yeah.
Like even on the mastering, we went full on. I mean, this is almost wrong, you know?
Yeah, but I do believe he mastered actually the new album a bit louder than the last one.
Not sure, actually. I should check that out.
I think we went 8 LUTS on Never Forgive and 6 LUTS on the new one.
I think so, yeah. I mean, but well, I got this studio now, you know. It does help, pretty much, if I can be honest. So, yeah. Now, I must admit that I'm not really a big fan of the loudness war. I do believe that I like more dynamics, but I think that there's music styles where it really is perfectly working.
Oh, Kaltweiss. Ah,
The whole gang is there. Everyone.
that's the guitarist we did drown with. Hi, Victor.
Okay, so everyone is there, actually.
Everyone is there.
Okay, so we're going to turn this into a podcast or something, I do believe, at some point.
This is going out of hands. I love it.
Nice. So, hallo. Ich bin Déhà und ich kenne keine Deutsch.
But in that case, if everyone is here now, we should play another song of the new album, actually.
Which one?
I think Isaiah Mason would be fitting.
I like what you're telling me. Why?
Yeah.
Why that song?
It's the opener actually from the new album, and it is like super intense. It's not the most intense of the song, but it goes to places like fucking hell.
Which is true. I have a question though.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we are not like pretty much like gear sluts here. Like we pretty much enjoy like things. We just take our instruments and we just work with that.
Yeah.
But if you're not a gear slut, I definitely know that you're a synth slut.
Oh fuck yeah.
So please show off.
That's the drum machine.
As the drum machine.
That's just the drum machine. Pedals and shit. Like I'm a sucker for Eurorack stuff.
I mean, you guys have to understand that Vøid came to my studio with so many synths that the ground was cables. Like, you know, like the game, like, you know, that the ground is lava. It's pretty much the same, but with fucking cables all the fucking way. That at some point, like a couple of years later on, I found still like some fucking cables just right there.
But it was needed. I mean, I really do miss my Soma synths, wherever the fuck they are right now. But they really made the album sound really fucking cold, actually.
This is really true.
Yeah.
Speaking about coldness,
Yeah.
show us your MIDI tattoo.
Well, here we are.
This, my friend, is a MIDI slot.
Yeah.
On a synth slot.
MIDI is fucking live.
MIDI is fucking live indeed. The more that I'm learning about it, like the more that this shit is so intense.
Yeah, it is. It's more complicated than people actually think.
It is complicated.
Everything is complicated.
Life is complex, so is MIDI.
And with this, I will light another cigarette and be moody.
Do you want to be moody or do you want to be meaty?
Both.
Is MIDI moody? Moody MIDI.
Moody.
Moody me. I'm gonna shut the fuck up now because this sucks. I need to think about good jokes, but I right now like it's empty. I really have like no good
Like
jokes.
my heart.
Your heart isn't empty because I'm there, fucking bastard.
Touché, touché, touché.
All right, so let's bring that song, which is called
Keziah Mason.
Can I ask why the name? Because I really do not know why the name.
Okay. Keziah Mason is the main villain in H.P. Lovecraft's story Dreams in the Witch House, and she is the one who said ours is just one of infinite worlds. And it was super fitting to the theme of the lyrics, actually. So I was like, why not?
Fits. It does fit.
Yeah.
I'm in. Let's bring this song.
Enjoy, everyone.
So you German people keep on being German in here, knowing that we don't understand. It's not really friendly from you guys.
Obi just told me they're all sitting at his place on the couch. No, Andy told me. They're all sitting in their apartment right now.
But which is good. I mean, it's what, like it's 21:42. I think it's
Oh,
a bit
God.
better.
Yeah. Obi is just starting with all the bad stories.
I mean, I'm not really a gossip person, much. That's not really my stuff. Like, I do believe that a lot of things are just, like, kept inside. I do believe sometimes it's a bit better, just saying. Talking about glass table.
Oh, God.
I broke one time, unfortunately.
Same at the very first Coma concert.
I know the gossip of that concert, and I'm not gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
I will not. But my friends, I do believe it is the time that we should leave.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're just gonna keep on listening to my very deep and low voice.
But thanks all for coming.
Yes,
Really made my night.
it's been really, really good having a lot of people here with us talking about this. Made me feel, like okay, like I'm like this is actually, like good for everyone. So thank you very much for coming here. Thank you for listening. We definitely hope that you're going to enjoy the album. We hope that you're gonna enjoy everything else, like the whole discography of the band, which is pretty big too. Yeah, like just drop off, some euros. I mean, we got a band camp. It's all for free. That's what I'm talking about. Like more shit, like more money, so we can get like more music because
You're welcome, Isabella.
definitely Isabel always there. She's my girl, always being there every single fucking time. Like that's my girl so much. But anyways, I would like to say a good Auf Wiedersehen to all my German people in here. Because that was really, really fantastic having you guys around, except when you were speaking German and I wasn't understanding shit.
Oh, sorry.
It's good. I'm used to such people, it's fine. It goes in any languages, like most of the time my streams, like people just speak in French and I have to translate everything. So it's fine. It's fine. It's just that I can't translate because I can't German,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But anyway, thank you very much to you guys for being there, doing everything. We are doing way much more music that we're supposed to, and this is exactly what we aim. If you actually, because this is no joke as well, like if you actually drop off a couple of euros, this is for us to actually create more music, because that's exactly what we're doing right now. Thank you so much. You guys be well. Vøid, thank you so much for being here with me for almost 2 hours talking about stuff, knowing that I don't like to talk, you don't like to talk, so thank you so much.
My
Thank
pleasure
you so
was mine,
much.
man. Be safe, all of you.
Be safe and have a good night, you guys.
Peace out.